Hey, hello everybody, it's Vegas Dave, and it looks like we are in a place you might have heard of called Las Vegas, Nevada. Right here is the airport, Harry Reid now. Right over, sort of in the center, is where they're building that new A's stadium. Got Mandalay Bay and the W back here. This is Saturday, early to mid-afternoon. See if I can get this up a little bit. Nah, it's probably too much. All right, I'm back at you right over here. The Harley-Davidson store. I probably waited too long. Nope, there it is. And then come back over here. Got the Pinball Hall of Fame right there. Hey, that's a good place to blow a couple of dollars. Right over there is the Little Chapel of the West, Wedding Chapel. There's been a lot of celebrities married there. We're on the south end of the strip. You got Mandalay Bay coming up right there. And that little hotel they now call the W. Once upon a time it was called the hotel, and I stayed in it over there. And it was pretty cool, but I don't know how it is nowadays. And right over there is the Four Seasons, which, if you're wondering, is the top, I don't remember, 4 or 5 floors of Mandalay Bay. But it's got its own entrance, its own restaurants, its own everything. But it is in the top of Mandalay Bay. And let's not forget that big ugly pyramid over there. There's the Luxor. All right, there's the Sphinx of the Luxor. They put a big old Doritos chip on it, you know, like a big piece of plastic that looked like a Doritos chip to cover one whole side, and it looked like a real chip. Here's the Excalibur. I don't know if it still is, but once upon a time, it was the largest hotel in the world. Over here, well, right there, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let me back this down a little bit. All right, got that little problem fixed. Over here is the MGM, which I think is the second biggest hotel in the world. Up here, New York, New York. And you can see over here, coming up on Park MGM, which, by the way, that Park MGM used to be called Monte Carlo. And over here is all the Coke and M&M's world. Marshall's, Outback, Hard Rock Cafe. Over here's more. That's all in the city center. Hilton Grand Vacations. Woo! Gucci. I can't pronounce that other one. Here's Aria, Cosmopolitan. Forget that Rainhorse Cafe over here. There's tons of stuff down the strip. Little places everywhere. Planet Hollywood up here. They got a Rainforest Cafe, which I don't care at all for. Cosmopolitan. And down there, I probably can't see it yet, but on the right, it looks like there's a hot air balloon, right? Right about there. That's Paris. All right. Straight ahead. I don't know if you can see that construction straight down the road. That's where the Mirage was, and they're now building a big good tar hotel. Here's the Paris. And there's the Bellagio. But look at all that construction right here. That's F1. See all those rails and all that stainless steel stuff? All that? That's the Bellagio. But not the best view of it. And I just missed the Eiffel Tower. There it is. Ooh, you gotta keep going. CVS, Walgreens. Back there's the Horseshoe, which used to be Bally's. Here's Bottled Blonde. Yeah, really cool. It's kind of busy today. It's hard to, and I chose to do it in the car because the last one I made, I had to toss it. It was way too noisy. Here is the Cromwell. Over here is Caesar's Palace. Been here a long time. RuPaul's got you there at the Flamingo. Hey, there's Wayne Newton still playing. Flamingo. That's not a bad place to go in. I like they have some flamingos, live flamingos. All right, we're getting into. This used to be Imperial Palace here. It's called the Lynx now. And over here, oh, I hate that they took the Mirage and all that landscaping out. Here's Harrah's. Here's the Forum shops at Caesar's. And you can see the good tar right there. They've already got the bottom half wound up, pretty much. So they're moving right along. That used to be where the Mirage's volcano was at. Boy, I love that place with all the landscaping. So there's that big good tar. They've still got a ways to go on it, but it is what it is. You got Casino Royale right over there. There's a Treasure Island, believe it or not. That's where I married my beautiful wife, Heidi, 31 years ago. We weren't living here then. We've lived in Vegas for 22 years now. Over here is the Palooza and the Venetian. There's the Venetian. There's the Palooza. Palooza, I mean. Part of the Venetian still. Look at all that. They have gondola rides and everything. Another quick one of Treasure Island, which is TI now. Back over here here's Wynn and Encore. Right down there, this is more of TI. There used to be a show out there, but they took it out. Fashion Show Mall, Encore, Fontainebleau is that big building straight ahead in the back right there. If you see all this scaffolding, it's all over the place, that's because they run an F1 race here. I don't know, it must be within the next few weeks or something. So they actually redo this town right here for F1. It looks weird seeing cars going 180 miles an hour down the strip, but they do. And there's a stratosphere straight down the middle. That tall, ugly tower right there. And there's Resorts World. There's like 3 different hotel brands there and 1 casino. And Sahara, Encore, I said that wrong, forget the Sahara part. Now we're getting pretty deep on the north end of the strip. There's El Gordo Tacos right there. If you're in town, you might want to grab you a couple of El Gordo Tacos. They're pretty good. Fontainebleau. Oh yes. How could we forget? The clown on the strip. Right there at Circus. And here's Slots of Fun, which has been reopened. And my understanding is they use real coins in their machines there now. So if you want to do a throwback, there's Circus. And there's Fontainebleau up there. Alright, there's Sahara straight ahead, Stratosphere almost center. There's some rides on top of that Stratosphere, but they're not my kind of rides. Okay, and this is pretty much the north end. Sahara's right over there, and that's pretty much about the end of the casino district. But if you go on down a few more blocks and make a left, you'll be in the whole downtown district. I definitely recommend you visit downtown while you're here, or even stay there if you want. And so that's just a drive down the Vegas Strip tour today. We live in Vegas now. We've lived here 22 years total. We did spend 10 years away from Vegas, come back a year and a half ago. But that's the Vegas Strip today. I got several other kind of Vegas videos I'm going to be making, but I'd been sick and had to slow down for a little bit, but I'm all right now. All right, there's the world's largest gift shop, and back up the street that way a couple of blocks is a steakhouse called the Golden Steer. It's been here forever, and it's really good. But it definitely needs reservations. There's a Stratosphere. And by the way, if you see a lot of Walgreens, ABCs, or CVS, if you want to buy your water, your pop, your beer, whatever, snacks, I'd suggest you come down to one of them. It'll be considerably cheaper. All right, guys, that's it for today. Please share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. There's a guy flying off the side of that Stratosphere right there. Did you see that? They must have a bungee jump from up there. Wow. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please like and share.